Formula Podcast, the show of the leading Hungarian motorsport magazine, presented by Sándor Mészáros and Gergő Gellérfi. We are a proud member of the Vodafone Podcast Pioneers, a program that promotes high-quality content.
Hello everyone, it's Zhou Guanye from Alfa Romeo F1 Team Stake. You are now listening to the Formula Podcast. Enjoy, guys.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Formula Podcast, the show of Autosport és Formula, Hungary's motorsport magazine. My name is Sándor Mészáros. I am the publication's traveling reporter and an FIA-accredited Formula One journalist. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook under the same username, Mesandor. Mesandor. Formula Podcast is a proud member of the Vodafone Podcast Pioneers, an initiative that promotes high-quality content. We are back with another global release because we have something to be proud of. It's a quick pre-season interview with China's very first Formula One racing driver, Zhou Guanye, who is racing for Alfa Romeo F1 Team Stake. Season 2023 is just around the corner, and this will be a crucial season for everyone involved, including the first ever Chinese racing driver in the whole history of Formula One. He is getting ready for his second season in the pinnacle of motor racing, and I think it's fair to say that he is now settled in well. Zhou, as they call him in the paddock, began his karting career when he was 8 years old. To pursue his dream of becoming a racing driver, he left China and moved to Sheffield, England, when he was just 12. Soon he joined the Ferrari Driver Academy and began competing in the junior categories. Subsequently, he was a development driver in Formula E while getting his first experiences in an F1 car at the Renault Alpine Academy in 2020 and 2021. In 2021, he finished third in the F2 championship, and even though he was a well-educated and very fast driver, there were skeptical voices about him when he was selected by Alfa Romeo F1 team as one of their 2022 race drivers. After all, the driver from Shanghai, who is competing with Kobe Bryant's world-famous number 24, was a pleasant surprise in his rookie year. His season was an eventful one. He scored a point on his debut at the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix. In Montreal, he made it to the Q3 for the first time and he finished 8th place, his best result to date. Then in Silverstone, he was a totally innocent victim of the most shocking accident of the recent times. The remainder of his season was all about progress. In terms of pace, he was closer and closer to his teammate Valtteri Bottas, scored one more point in Monza, and at the end of September, he was confirmed for 2023. What were the challenges of the rookie season? How does he feel about the new season? What areas did he improve the most? How does he see the future? I just hope that after this interview you will know a bit more about this down-to-earth guy from China. Ladies and gentlemen, Zhou Guanye. Zhou Guanye of Alfa Romeo F1 Team Stake, China's very first Formula One racing driver. Welcome to the Formula Podcast. It's a great pleasure to have you here with us, and let's start with an obvious question. Your second season is just around the corner. A year ago it was a jump into the unknown, so how different was the preparation this time?
Firstly, personally, I felt more relaxed and less pressured, of course. And then going to the second season, the preparation is kind of rotated side, but then another way, the main area to be focused on, rather than try to gather all the information at once, So everything becomes a bit more efficient, that's it. And then from my side, of course, to know the team for the whole year and then to be working together again with the same crew is definitely a huge step ahead that you can really just focus on these more detailed things. And on my side, we feel ready, even though we have less testing days. Testing is starting tomorrow, but nevertheless, it felt good.
How do you see your personal contribution to the development of the new car, and what kind of performance do you expect from this car? Obviously, it's difficult to say before the start of testing, but you perform simulations and you were involved in the development, so what do you anticipate?
Yeah, exactly. From last year already, the team has been preparing for this year's car. we did a lot of simulator work over the winter, also pre-season, that tried to have as much efficient in terms of all the project parts as possible, which we seem to be improved, at least for the simulator. All the weakness from what we left off last year, because last year was quite clear. We started the season very strong and then we struggled more towards the end of the season. So yeah, we seem to be making a good step, but it really depends on your competitors, how much step they are making. But I feel comfortable. We definitely are stronger than how we finished the season last year. So hopefully can be repeat like how quick we were in Bahrain this time last year. That would be amazing. But it's going to be a tight field like always. But so far it felt good in the simulation. Everything is going in the right direction.
How different is the atmosphere now under the leadership of Andreas Seidel, and on a longer term, how motivating or inspiring is the fact that the team will eventually become a factory team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first time speaking properly with Andreas, this year, and then get to know each other more and more. And he seems to be firstly very professional and nice guy, very motivated, like us. Try to push the team along, and yeah, looking forward to working with him for this year. And I'm sure that he will bring more to the team, and he can be very successful together with all of us involved. And yeah, from my side, especially, it doesn't change much knowing the team's future, but it's more like for the guys working in the team, in the factory, that they know their future is secured. So it's good for a team like us, the Salvo Group people. We still have a year to go with Alfa Romeo, try to finish on high, but then on the other hand, we have a settled future that's really just motivate the people to keep working as much as they could together.
Joe, whenever I talk about you with people from the Formula One industry, I always hear the same things. They say that your core values, other than your obvious speed, of course, is your total determination, your absolute loyalty, and your human nature. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I mean, happy to hear about it from other people, and also happy to see reaction from the paddock, from the fans after my debut season in Formula One. So that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to show the real inside out myself, to the personality, also to show the speed on track. I think last year we showed that it's a rookie. This year is in order to make another step up in terms of performance, speed, consistency. So yeah, I'm happy that's what people think, that going in the right way. Yes, the character is talking. Hello, my driver. He is the best, eh? I told you.
How much have you changed in your first Formula One season as a person and as a racing driver? How do you see your strengths now, and what are the areas that you feel you should progress?
You change a lot, especially in Formula One, because it's nothing like very similar compared to this on the top of the motorsports ladder, and this sport is very intense, so it applies huge concentration, huge, let's say, ability that you have to always try to be on top or try to over finding yourself, try to be the next level. And it's not an easy one to survive here. You have to be every year make a good amount of step forward and good improvements. But yeah, it's clear that last year it made me a stronger man in general, life and also in my professional race driver, because you have to deal with all the situations. You have to deal, of course, with the team, also with all the intents that people have their eye on you, making them proud and making them see your progression is the key here. So last year I really felt that I was able to just try to improve, finding or try to start quite settled, try to making no mistakes, and then quickly finding my rhythm to improve or to be catching together with my teammates. So yeah, I'm happy with what we achieved, but definitely there's little things to be doing better this year.
The Silverstone crash was undoubtedly the scariest moment of your rookie season. You have told everything about it since then, but I really want to know that how often do you think about it, and what kind of lessons you have drawn from this accident?
I mean, I don't really think about it at all, to be honest. The only time I think about it was that weekend in Seoul was the one actually happened the week after, of course. But yeah, it's very clear out of my mind now. There's no big issues that carried over. And then from the other hand, from my side, I didn't do anything wrong. It was a very good weekend into Q3. Started well, and then the guy behind obviously hit George into, I think it was Pierre hit George into me. So nothing I can do in that case, but which is clear is that how the safety has improved together with Fiat. So very happy with F1 Fiat, what they've done over the years.
Speaking of nicer things, your relationship with Valtteri is one of the most harmonious in Formula One. Do you have any other friends among the drivers, and what are the secret of making friendly relationship in a tough business like Formula One?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Valtteri, let's say the first year, he helped me a lot. And we didn't know each other too well before the start of the season, but then spending the whole season, it really showed like we were gaining so much respect against each other and also on and off track. So we became very good friends together, really. And then we really like working together for the team, getting along very well. So I think it's the way to go. And, of course, we're at different stage of our career, but still, we all want to win and we all want to do well. But so far, it's been amazing working together. And then with other drivers, there's many other drivers I'm good friend with. People like Fernando and Ricardo, also Leclerc, all these people, and then Oscar. Very happy to see him to be back.
Knowing Valtteri's passion, I should ask you about the coffee consumption. How is your progress?
Yeah, I mean, I like coffee, right? He said. Yeah, it's been a lot different consider how I was beginning of the year. I never drank coffee before. Now I drink it quite often. When I'm tired or when like feeling more intense, I do some coffee.
Be careful with the blood pressure.
No, it's alright. I drink not more than once.
Joe, your manager is Graham Lowdown, the former team principal of Marussia, but who else is in the team, Joe? Who forms your closest crew, and who else gives you advice when you need something? Other than Andreas now, of course.
Yeah, I mean, in my team, there's the engineers, like people like Sherry, my engineer Yan and Chris, all these people, and all the people. It's difficult to say exactly who because it involves so many people in this sport. Over the factory, 500 people working for just 2 drivers. So everyone is actually helping me. But then in the race weekend, I work closely with the engineer crew on my side and the mechanics. And then, of course, we try to always find the best car between the 2 sides. So Valtteri and myself, and try to put the car down fully, ready to give out everything we have. So yeah, he involved way too many people in this sport, but I actually like the way how this team spirit inside Alfa Romeo. It really feel like family and also professionalism.
As we all know, Formula One is all about huge pressure, very busy schedule, and so many commitments. Other than driving the fastest cars of the planet, what is the most enjoyable part of the Formula One driver lifestyle?
I mean, it's from my side, it's obviously you are traveling all the time. Like, it's probably not the best because we travel so much that we don't really like to, I would prefer to stay a bit more close to home, but you get to see different cultures, like different race at different tracks, completely different temperature, weather condition, and then you see all the fans. It's a huge part for us, The people, there's some crazy fans traveling from, I don't know, other part of the world to come see your race. It's just great to see people are so passionate, People like what we're doing. They are following their art closely to us. So I really felt the love inside Formula One. So yeah, that's what all the drivers, I guess, loves about Formula One. Of course, we love driving. We love drive. This car is the best in the world. There's no doubt. But to see so many people supporting us from your country or from the worldwide is quite impressive.
Do you feel that your personal popularity is increasing?
Yes, for sure. It's been growing quite extremely back home in China. So it's good to see because obviously motorsports is not our most famous or home sports. But it's great to see all, especially like the people my age or even younger than me, they all growing up want to go racing or love cars. Who doesn't like cars in these years? So it's nice to see that. I'm sure definitely improving, and it's going to be get better in the future, more and more.
How disappointed are you that the Chinese Grand Prix has been cancelled once more? And what can you, as a racing driver, do to get it back on the calendar as soon as possible? Can you do anything?
I mean, it's more like down to the government, so I'm really not involved in these things. But let's say it was, the situation wasn't easy back home. We have the quarantine time, so the race was getting cancelled before end of the year, but then because we opened the border, everything became a bit more like chances was getting back higher. But then because the race is scheduled in April, so everything is too tight, everything, which I was actually expecting this to happen. So of course it's sad don't have the home Grand Prix, but in another hand that I kind of see it coming. So all I can do is try to, raise my game here, Formula One, and try to stay here, and then I'm sure next year it will be 100% come back.
Which race will be the substitute home Grand Prix for you?
I don't think there's any replacement for the home Grand Prix.
I'm from Hungary, so I have to ask you about the Hungaroring, which is probably the most well-known track by you, as you had a couple of tests here behind closed gates as an academy member of another team. So how much do you like this track? Why it is so special? What are your feelings about it?
I mean, the track, I quite like it. Obviously, it's a track more easy to overtake. Not like racing is not easy, but then the weather is very changeable during the weekend, so it could actually make the race very interesting sometimes. And from my side, it's very technical track. It has a lot of high speed, low speed, and also combination of medium speed corners. So from my side, it's a good track that if you want to learn all your skills or confidence with a new car, it's one of the good example to go. And it really can see what's your strength and weakness. So
I think it's time to talk a bit about your other interests. Do you have any particular hobby other than fashion? It seems to me that you like the world of fashion pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I like obviously fashion, designing stuff, and then I like other sports like football, basketball, badminton is my 3 favorite sports beside foreign racing. So yeah, I like these things, and then fashion, of course. I like this stuff that's maybe not involved with sports. It's quite a nice way to put yourself in a different kind of a world that it can really concentrate you and relax your mental.
As a finish of this interview, I have a very nice message for you from a Hungarian fan. His name is Csaba, and he texted us that I should tell you this. Your Chinese zodiac is Rabbit. 2023 is the year of the Rabbit. The rabbits are super quick, so Joe, it's now or never. Let's keep pushing.
Yes, thanks a lot for this fan. So I'll be definitely keep going and try to be more successful.
We are all very interested to see what the Year of Rabbit has in store for us in F1. Many thanks to Zhou Guanye for the exclusive conversation, and many thanks to you as well for listening this English edition of the Formula Podcast. Follow Joe and his team on social media, and you can follow me as well on Insta, Twitter and Facebook as Mesandor. We will produce further Hungarian language shows with my friend, colleague and co-host Gergő Gellérfi. But if we will have something interesting, you will hear about us in English again. Please keep enjoying motor racing and Formula One. The start of this new season will be really interesting. Cheers!